Then again we can see the synthesis of vitamins and digestion. Bacteria has a certain role in producing vitamin B complex and vitamin K in human body. Then again, you know that the herbivorous animal, they have certain kinds of microbes in their intestine that will help them to digest the cellulose. Humans cannot digest cellulose, only the animals, if they eat grass or hay, they can digest it because of the presence of certain bacteria. Then again we can see the bacteria, its role in industry, in tea production, in tea. We know that tea, different flavors of tea is produced by the action of bacteria. We know that by the action of certain bacteria we can change milk into curd. In such a way, tea leaves are uh, acted by the bacteria and different flavors, or flavors meaning desirable taste, are produced on tea leaves. Then leather tanning. We know that animal hides are acted by the bacteria when after taking it from the slaughter spot, that may contain a lot of blood and meat or soft tissues may be present on the animal skin, that are cleaned by the using bacteria. Cleaning, bacteria eat and destroy all that soft part, perishable part may be destroyed by the bacteria. Bacteria break down it. So after that, leather, using bacteria, it is cleaned, and by making certain processes, good leather for production of bag or shoes, good leather is produced. Then spoilage of food by bacteria. We know that many of the food item, after 2 or 3 days, it may be destroyed by the bacteria. A food poisoning, it is known as the botulism bacteria. Certain anaerobic bacteria that is present in certain cans. We know that sometimes we may keep or store food in cans or sealed food that may be acted by anaerobic bacteria that cause the particular type of food poisoning known as botulism, that can kill the person. Such things may done by the bacteria. We know that daily in our home, if we keep the leftover food in the kitchen, that may be destroyed by the bacteria. The food may become stale because of the action of the bacteria. Then again, how we can preserve the food? One method is the boiling or heating at a high temperature. Here you understand that boiling water kill all bacteria except their spore. Spore may be present even though we boil the boiling temperature, that is high 100 degrees Celsius, cannot kill the bacterial spore. You studied that the spore, when it get favorable condition, it can grow into bacteria. Higher temperature, that is above 100 degrees Celsius, if we increase or sterilize at a very high temperature, then only we can kill even the spores. Then again, another method of preserving the food is salting, that is known as curing. Salting and treatment with salt for preserving purposes is called curing. Usually we know that certain food items like fish or pickles, etc., we use salt to preserve it. ഉണക്ക മീനൊക്കെ നമ്മൾക്ക് കാണാം, after putting a lot of salt on it and dehydrating it in the sunlight, we usually make this kind of fish, we preserve it. Or pickles also, in pickle we use a lot of salt to prevent the bacteria. Bacteria cannot grow inside high concentrated salt. Then dehydration. We know that ഒത്തിരി ഭക്ഷണ സാധനങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ഉണക്കി സൂക്ഷിക്കും, അതിനാണ് ഡീഹൈഡ്രേഷൻ ഓർ ഡ്രൈയിങ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. മെനി ഫുഡ് ഗ്രെയിൻസ്, fish, vegetables, even vegetable is an effective, we can keep it by dehydrating, or even dried milk powder is another excellent example. Milk in a dried form is the milk powder. Certain factories, by spraying it through the high temperature area, milk is changed into milk powder. Milk powder we can keep it in the tin and we can preserve it. Then another way of preserving the food is irradiation. Irradiation meaning radioactive radiation that is used on the food, then without themselves become radioactive. Using the ultraviolet rays or by giving such radiations, food is preserved in that is used not only in sterilizing the air in the school, hospital, factories, etc. It is also killing mold spore in bakeries. So ultraviolet rays is used to usually to kill the germs or the bacteria. We know that ultraviolet rays is present even in the sunlight. Sunlight containing a lot of ultraviolet rays. So if we keep open the windows, the sterilized air may enter into the school, in the classroom, or in the rooms of the house. Then another method of killing the germ is pasteurization. Pasteurization is usually used in the preservation of milk. What is meant by you might have read on the packet of milk. If we observe that packet, you can read that pasteurized milk. What is pasteurization? The milk is heated to a temperature of about 60 degrees Celsius for a period of 30 minutes and then chilled quickly. That is the process of pasteurization. Heating the milk 60 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. 30 മിനിറ്റ് നേരത്തേക്ക് 60 ഡിഗ്രി ചൂടാക്കുക. Pasteurization kill a majority of bacteria that are present, including the disease-causing one. Remember, another important thing about the pasteurization is pasteurization does not completely sterilize the milk. You studied that up to, even we heat a substance up to 100 degrees Celsius, even the bacterial spore may remain. Then another last lines of the paragraph you see, soaring bacteria may still be present in it. അതായത് മിൽക്ക് പുളിപ്പിച്ച് കളയുന്ന നേരം ബാക്ടീരിയ ഒക്കെ അപ്പോഴും അതിനകത്തുണ്ട്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് സേഫ് ടു ഡ്രിങ്ക് ദ പാസ്ചറൈസ്ഡ് മിൽക്ക്. ആഫ്റ്റർ ബോയിലിംഗ് ദ മിൽക്ക് ഇനഫ്, it is good to drink it. Then another method is refrigeration. Refrigeration meaning keep it freezing the food material. We know that usually we keep many food items in the fridge from 0 degree to 5 degree Celsius. That is the temperature inside the domestic refrigerator. Then again in deep freezers that will have the temperature minus 20 degree to minus 30 degree Celsius for long term storage. If we keep the food material in the domestic refrigerator, the food may not remain fresh for long time. Many molds or bacteria may grow inside it. It is not safe to keep the food material inside our domestic fridge or domestic refrigerator for long term. So at low temperature, bacteriums cannot grow fast. Then strong concentration and chemicals. We know that the sugar and salt, if it is high concentrated sugar and salt, that can kill the bacteria. That is the That is how we keep the pickles or jam. In jam we use the sugar to preserve it. In pickles we use salt. Then another chemical that is preservative like the sodium benzoate. You see the name sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate is the chemical used in pickles or jams to preserve it for long term. It is not that can even kill the bacteria inside our stomach. So it is not good to use the such a preservative daily. If we use it, that can kill even the bacteria present in our stomach. We know that in our intestine we have B complex and vitamin K producing bacteria inside our intestine that may be killed by the sodium benzoate if we use the pickles from the shops. In shops they are in the pickles usually they use this sodium benzoate preservative. Then another thing, the bacterial disease in plants and animals. In plants you know that the bacteria are black rot of mustard and cauliflower. Rotting meaning ചീഞ്ഞു പോകുന്നത്. ബ്ലാക്ക് റോട്ട് ഓഫ് മസ്റ്റാർഡ് ആൻഡ് കോളിഫ്ലവർ ആൻഡ് ബാക്ടീരിയൽ ബ്ലൈറ്റ് ഓഫ് കൗപ്പി. കൗപ്പി മീനിങ് യൂഷ്വലി ബീൻസ്, നമ്മുടെ നീളൻ നച്ചിങ്ങ പയർ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്ന അതുപോലത്തെ പയറാണ് കൗപ്പി. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ബാക്ടീരിയൽ ബ്ലൈറ്റ്. ദാറ്റ് ആർ ദ ചീയൽ, ആ പ്ലാന്റ് ചീഞ്ഞു പോവുക, that is rotting may caused by the bacterial action. Then two common bacterial disease in animals that are anthrax and tuberculosis. They are the two diseases that may cause the animals. Then humans, we have many bacterial diseases. Whooping cough, വലിച്ചു ചുമയ്ക്കുന്നതാണ് whooping cough. Cholera is a disease that may contain the vomiting and diarrhea. ഛർദ്ദിക്കലും വയറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് പോകലും രണ്ടും കൂടെയാണ് കോളറ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രോഗം. In many years back cholera can cause the death, but nowadays by giving drip we can save the life if we approach a hospital. Then tuberculosis, ക്ഷയരോഗം, that is the disease that can affect our lungs and even the bones that may be affected by the bacteria in tuberculosis. Diphtheria is also affect our respiratory system. Then typhoid is a disease that with diarrhea, very high diarrhea and very high temperature or fever together is the typhoid. That are deadly diseases. Pneumonia is the disease affecting the lungs may be loaded with water in pneumonia. Then tetanus is also, you know that by bacterial infection. TT are the preventive vaccine we use for tetanus. നമ്മൾ വീണ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മണ്ണിൽ ആ ബാക്ടീരിയ മുറിവുണ്ടായി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മണ്ണിലൊക്കെ വീണൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായാൽ ഇരുമ്പ് കമ്പിയൊക്കെ കൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ മുറിവുണ്ടായാൽ that tetanus bacteria may be present on that soil and on the iron object that can affect our body. That is a deadly disease. If the tetanus develop inside our body, that can surely cause death of the person. Then another bacteria, how we humans use bacteria as bioweapons. Bioweapons, germ bombs which even exploded may simply release disease germs such as anthrax bacteria. Anthrax or that can cause epidemic shape and cause widespread death generation after generation. Bioweapons in even this COVID-19, some nations consider or many are seeing this COVID-19 as doubtfully as a bioweapon. It can affect the industry or the economy of a country, etc. that may be produced by some country or by labs. Many are suspecting with doubtfully everybody is seeing now the COVID-19. Many diseases or disease causing germs can cause death and affect the whole world. So it can be used as a very powerful weapon. That are the bio weapon. Anthrax is one of the example. Many disease causing germs can be used as bio weapons that can affect the economy and affect the nations or the world. Thank you for listening the class.